This is CG Ruthless Sports. I will be brutally honest. Ain't nothing but being brutally honest. Coming at you with another video.
So, all right, let's talk about the topic. Jordan Mason. Can he be the next undrafted running back that we've gotten in past years where they excel under Shanahan's system? It's a strong possibility. Like in recent draft history, or even in the past, we've always tend to find these running backs either in the late rounds that turn out to be solid and pretty good than the previous early picks. So we got this guy from Georgia Tech, Jordan Mason. So I come away very impressed by checking out his video. He's very physical. He seems hard to tackle. It's kind of like getting a Ty Davis Price, but you're getting this kid undrafted. There's a difference there. But I kind of have a feeling that anytime we get a running back undrafted or late round, they always tend to be a lot better than the early picks. But who am I to judge? But here's where I come away very impressed. He can catch the ball off the backfield. And then looking at a bunch of highlight films, I've been hearing his name pop up a lot. But I'm not going to say names of who said it. Because, you know, since I don't get no shout-outs, no recognition, I'm just not going to say anybody's names. You know, because it's kind of like not cool for me to go there. But let's just say I watched the highlights, and I come away very impressed of what he does in between the tackles. He's very good. Like, he's that hitting player that nobody's even talking about. So when healthy, this guy could be one hell of a good back. So one of the coaches at Georgia Tech compares him to Marshawn Lynch. So I'm starting to see a little bit of his style of run. It kind of does give you some similarities between him and Marshawn Lynch. The way he runs in between the tackles, the way he's hard to tackle. And he can actually run like a 70-yard touchdown run. So that's kind of like the long speed is not the issue. So he runs a 4.5. That's average for most running backs. But what comes away impressive is if he continues to stand out during training camp and throughout preseason, it wouldn't be a shocker if he ends up making the team over guys like Jeff Wilson and Jermichael Hasty. Because to be honest with you, we like going with fresh faces and fresh players. We like to come with these new players, and we like to establish a great culture. Because, you know, in the previous regime, we've always been going with those speedy backs, those big-time run guys. Now we're kind of going in between the physical-type running backs. We're going with the guys that won't give you the long runs, but will definitely give you those tough yardage that you need. And they got solid speed, and they definitely can close out games for you. So those are the kind of running backs we're going for. We're looking for a running back by committee, but we're looking for a running back who can take a lot of the load. But we've still got one speedy running back. That's Elijah Mitchell. Some people may say he is a physical back too, but he can't take more than 20-plus carries. But when you look at other running backs, you got Trey Sermon, who I think, when given the opportunity, I think he will excel. And then you got this kid from LSU that we just drafted in the 3rd round, Ty Davis Price. He's got the physicality. He's tough to tackle. He is good in between the tackles. He's had some success his last season. You know, when he was playing for LSU, he got over 1,000 yards and he broke an LSU school record. But then the interesting part is this running back group is pretty stacked. It's pretty much talented. It's one of our strengths. When it comes down to the 49ers, we've always found ways to develop running backs. So any running backs who come undrafted or come into the late round or come into in between the 3rd or 3rd round pick or something like that, we've always found ways to utilize them in some ways. You know, we always find ways to develop them the right way, and they excel at the next level. So I don't know what we do with these late round players, but we always find some way to utilize them better than the early picks. So I think what kind of stands out about Jordan Mason is I think he is a good receiving back. And he's kind of exactly the same way as Ty Davis-Price. It's just that one is more consistent at catching the ball better, and then the other one just doesn't seem to catch the ball as effective. But when you see how they are between the tackles, it's pretty identical. But I think Jordan Mason has a blue chip on his shoulder because he wasn't drafted, and it's kind of a blessing for him because then he can prove something because he's got nothing to lose. So worst case scenario for Jordan Mason is he can either get cut and go into the practice squad. Best case scenario is we either make room to keep him on the roster and we cut somebody like Jeff Wilson or Jermichael Hasty just to make a room on the roster, and he can do solid on special teams. This is what makes him very outstanding. You know, this is one of those late round gems that you might need to watch out for. These undrafted classes. It's crazy that we got a lot of these studs that should have been drafted, but it is what it is. But I feel like this is a guy that you might need to watch out for. So this is a draft sleeper that didn't get drafted and can definitely surprise people. Is he going to be the next Matt Breida? Is he going to be the next Jeff Wilson? Is he going to be the next Elijah Mitchell type player? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying y'all got to watch out for this kid. He might stand out during training camp and during the preseason. So there's going to be some teams, if we cut this kid, there's going to be a team that's going to pick him up and put him on the roster. So you might need to watch out for this guy. This is one of the players that you might need to keep an eye on. So I am going to show you the description of the highlight video from this guy named Prospects. Check out the highlight video of Jordan Mason. Since I'm going to give him a shout out, he earns respect. He gets credibility because he puts on great content for college, and I do college football myself, so he earns every bit of a shout out and respect. So that's one guy I'll give the most credibility that I'll give. But at the end of the day, this can be shocking. Don't be surprised if Jordan Mason makes some noise during the preseason and then people don't even realize it. I mean, just saying, don't sleep on him. But as always, CG Ruthless Sports is out, and you already know, go Niners.